You have an EGR valve, you think it's leaking down. Two ways you can do it. If it's a negative only, it won't work on a positive. See the N for negative pressure on a GM. Other brands must be marked well. You can push down the diaphragm. You need two hands, hold on. Diaphragm is pushed, put your finger over it. Hold on, it's going to be a little shaky. You'll see this one, it slowly returns. Even my finger is over the diaphragm, so it leaks down. You should be able to do this too. See, it's a little bit slow leak on it. If it was really shot, it would just immediately go down. Again, negative pressure only. If you have a positive valve, it's going to do it no matter what. You can do that all day. It's not going to work. It's just a design. It's designed to leak a little bit in a positive port EGR valve. I've seen no one really mention that on the internet. Another thing you could do is use a vacuum tester like this. Pump it up. You'll see the leak. You'll see the pressure go down. I believe you can test a positive EGR valve with a vacuum tester only. Or maybe no, you can't. It needs back pressure though. Your positive EGR valve. What did you see? This one. Pump it up. See it leaking down. You got a leak on it. Make sure too when you do these kind of tests, like this side of it is seated well. You see it leaks down. The valve does move too. It will depress. Hold on. It's like a terrible video. You see we're mashed all the way down now. And you see it leaking back. I pump it. You can release it. Do it again, I'll show you. It's down. Watch. Oh, you can't really see it too good, can you? Oh, there we go. Alright, so it kind of holds vacuum, but not very well. It's half working. Another thing you could use with a vacuum tester, you can check your manifold or map sensor. I was going to say something else. Excuse the animals in the background. You need to put a little adapter or something like that. Pump it up. Uh-oh, this might not be holding vacuum. This is a junkyard piece. This could be bad. Leaking somewhere. It could be just our hose apparatus. Let me try to get this tighter. Yeah, it was my hose apparatus. The hose apparatus was leaking. Another thing when you're doing these tests, make sure that everything is tight. So we'll give you a false reading. It pumps up, it holds. See, these commonly leak too, and you won't even know it. It can leak internally or around the edges, and you have a vacuum leak. Alright, so that's how you can test your shit with a vacuum pump. You can even pump up your brake booster, a lot of stuff with these things. So that's that. Pretty simple. Don't always trust a finger test. And remember, on a negative EGR valve, a positive EGR valve, it's going to fail that test no matter what. Only on the negative it's going to work. And nowadays, they're probably not even marked negative or positive because everything's made in China. This was made in USA. Wow. Can't even make an EGR valve in America anymore. That's our political statement of the day. So you have vacuum tester, handy tool to have, and handy to use it to test devices like this to make sure they're working correctly. You can also check switching valves too, make sure they're holding vacuum and everything else. Alright, video over, like, subscribe, whatever.